The Chicago Bulls are taking on the Los Angeles Lakers today in Chicago. Can the Chicago Bulls make it 5 games in a row? We're going to talk about it all and more right after this. What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. I'm the host there, Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Bulls Central Pod on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that said, let's get into it for today. It's game day as Chicago Bulls are taking on the Los Angeles Lakers. Man, the Chicago Bulls have had a really good stretch here, man. A really, really good stretch. And I can't blame people who are doubting it and things like that because we've seen the Bulls go on stretches before, and then things kind of all comes tumbling down around the Chicago Bulls, right? They're one game above 500. They're trying to stay above 500. And, you know, the good thing about that is that was Josh Giddey said. He said it's not about getting to 500. It's about getting and staying above 500. So we'll see if that team can make the first step in doing that, and that's today. Can they do that? Can they stay above 500? We got to 500, then we got above 500, but can we stay above 500? That is the question that is facing the Chicago Bulls today, and that's what we'll see what they answer it with, man. The Bulls have been playing some really good basketball here lately. Look at the Bulls' record. They're 13-7 over their last 20, 6-4 in their last 10 as well, 4-1 in their last 5. They have the number one offense in the league over the last 5 games. And, oh, by the way, a top 10 defense as well. The Chicago Bulls over the last 5 games are the number 9 defense in the league per defensive rating, second in true shooting percentage, third in effective field goal shooting percentage, second in assist percentage, fourth in turnover percentage, ninth in rebounding, but they got to keep it up. That's the thing with this team is can they keep it up? How much of it can they keep up? That's the question for this team, and that's where we always kind of fall short of. The Bulls have had flashes of being a damn good team, but they haven't sustained it. And that's the question that's facing the Chicago Bulls. Can you do enough to sustain it? And at what level can you sustain a level of play, right? So, you know, I'm somebody that I believe you're never who you are at your best, you're never who you are at your worst. So you have to find the medium between that, and that's usually around where you're going to be. And this team has just been so wildly inconsistent, it's hard to say median for this team, right? But we'll see. We'll see what they can do. We got Jay Capone in the building. Says, what's the word? What's good, Jay Capone? Leon in the building. Shout out to Leon. Chapters in the building. Says 5 in a row tonight. Let's hope so. We can do it. Cape Crusader says, see red, brother. See you, man. Travis, here we go, boys. Keep it up. Long ways to go, boys. Keep the consistency, the fight, the grit, the confidence. Play Chicago Bulls basketball. See red. Hey, from your mouth to God's ears, bro. Vooch got to dominate Ayton today. I mean, I don't think that's a key matchup, but you know, I wouldn't mind to see it. Good evening, Haize. Good evening, everyone. Shout out to Archangel in the building. Hoping Coby goes for 40. Listen, I hope for a win. And I also think the makeup of this team, I don't wish for certain players to have big games. Do it as a team. And that's what you have to see, is do it as a team. Now, sometimes there are going to be games to call for a player to go off for a bunch of points. But let the game come to you, man. Let the game come to you and play within the game and as a team. That's the most important thing. Giddey triple-double, I mean, he's definitely always capable of it. I think he's still coming off the bench, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think they've made any – I think he's still on the minutes restriction too, if I'm not mistaken. I could be. But, yeah, I don't know if Giddey gets a triple-double coming off the bench and on the minutes restriction. I think the combination of those two things – is a little difficult with the way that we play to get a triple-double. But, hey, if it's there for him and he gets it, great. Get it. FK says, what up, Haize? Let's keep the winning stretch going one game at a time. See red. Let's see. There may not be a team that I want to beat more than the Lakers. Why do you have so much beef with the Lakers? Is it historically, or you're talking about this specific version of the Lakers? You the best there is, Haize. I appreciate that, TBO. FK says consistency is key. Listen, you got to be consistent. Bulls fan for life. Got to keep it up. Lord knows Bron can't anymore with his 40-year-old. That's crazy. LeBron, listen, you can say what you will about LeBron. The numbers he's still able to put up is crazy. Would you rather have a Okoro at small forward or Jalen Smith at power forward? They got Jalen back on the bench tonight. Oh, I've said it before many times. I think Jalen Smith should stay as the power forward. In my personal opinion, when everybody's healthy, the starting five should be Josh Giddey, Coby White, Modest Buzelis, Jalen Smith, and Zach Collins. That's the starting lineup that I would run with. I think you have a nice mix of offense and defense in that lineup. I think you have more frontline rim protection than in any other lineup. And then your bench still isn't shabby. Like, you're still, at that point, having Trey Jones coming off the bench with Ayo Dosunmu coming off the bench. Isaac Okoro as a defender and slasher coming off the bench, I think could be pretty damn good for you. And you still, at that point, you would be bringing Vooch off the bench. That's just what I would do after the trade deadline. That's just my personal opinion. I know they're not going to do it. They're never going to bench Vooch. But I think at minimum, I would like to see Vooch turn into Keith Bogans. And he's better than Keith Bogans, but I mean, let him start the first, let him start the third quarters, and then in the second and the fourth quarters, let him play and finish depending on how he's playing. If he's not playing, go with Zach Collins as your closing center. That's just my personal opinion. Haize, what's good, brother? Hope all is well. Everything's going mostly okay, bro. I appreciate you. P-Will definitely the X factor. Bro, P-Will is never the X factor. Hope Modest cooks Luka again. Listen, I just want the Bulls to go out there. And at this point, it's about getting wins for me. Well, when we start winning consistently, right, which one could say, hey, you're 13-7 in the last 20, 6-4 in your last 10, and 4-1 in your last 5. That's pretty consistent. But once you start winning a little bit more consistently, I'll get back into, damn, I hope Modest has a big game tonight. But at this point, just keep winning. Do whatever you need to do to win, bro. The Bulls are winning the last 5 games with a point differential of almost 12. Almost 12 point differential. Do you know how crazy it is? That's elite, right? In the last 5 opponents that we've had, Boston, playoff team. Minnesota, playoff team. Los Angeles Clippers, decent team. They were playing really good before that, right? Then, of course, Brooklyn, we'll get one against Brooklyn, and then a win against Utah, So let's see what we can do. This stretch this week, we got Los Angeles today, Indiana on Wednesday, which aren't playing good, then 3 straight games against Miami Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. Yes, it's about to be a test in this motherfucker. Again. So we'll see what the Bulls can do with it, man. What's up, Haize? I'm like you. The dub is more. Exactly. To get the dub. That's what I care about, is getting the dub, man. We got to get that Coby trade value up. I mean, if they trade Coby. And this is another thing that I think fans don't understand. Teams have years worth of data. A good stretch a week before the trade deadline isn't going to get the value up. I can tell you that right now. That's how fans think. And I don't say that as a bad thing, because we are very much in the right now. But NBA teams aren't just looking at, oh my God, he had a half stretch, let's go out and get that guy. That's a terrible front office if they do that. Front offices are looking at the fit, the style, what he has been good at, what he has struggled at over the career. They're not just looking at a week's worth of data and being like, bet, let's go get this guy, the value's up. Now, it would be different if we had like a month or 2 left before the trade deadline, and you're talking about Coby had a hot 2 months, then maybe you can do a little bit for your value, but a week or 2 before the trade deadline is not really doing much for you. Bulls got to keep the turnovers down to have a chance. I mean, yeah. I mean, always when we play efficient, and when I say efficiency, I mean not just shooting-wise. I do mean turnovers too. Keep the turnovers low. Get your assist rate up. Share the ball. Play as a team. When I say efficiency, I'm including all those things. So you're absolutely right, bro. Or Veronica. Was your name Veronica? Yeah, it was Veronica. I'm sorry. You're right, Veronica. Need Modest son, Luka Don bitch tonight. That's crazy. Listen, don't keep wishing that, because then Luka's gonna cook us. Just let the game be the game. Who's your current favorite Bull? Great question. probably a mix between Modest and Io. And that's no knock on any other player in the team. Like, I love Josh Giddey. I love Coby as a player. Like, I like Coby. But probably Modest and Io are my two favorite. And I think Modest, of course, the personality, the highlight reel dunks, the potential there. But then Io, because like Io is just a damn good. Like, he just goes out there and does what he needs to do. And I respect players like that so much that just go do what they need to do. And that's Io DeSumo. Historically, hate the Lakers, LeBron annoying, Luka annoying, only makes it worse. Okay, fair enough. We got Forrest in the building. Shout out to Forrest. Coby and Josh really have to improve for this game so we get the dub. Listen, we faced off against much better teams, and one of those guys had bad games. And Coby's in like 4 straight games of scoring over 22 points, and he's shooting the ball like 45% from 3 over that stretch. I don't know how much more you want Coby to improve. But Giddey's always highly important for the Bulls. It just makes our offense just flow so much better when Giddey's on. Vooch is going to have a field day with their weak bigs. We'll see. Listen, one thing that I've come to understand about Nikola Vucevic is that you can't always expect Vooch, or almost never just assume Vooch is going to take advantage of something that he should. I'm sorry. There's been way too many times with Vooch's times here where I've seen him pass the ball after having 6'1" point guards on him. It's frustrating. I hope they trade Vooch and Coby and do a proper. They're not rebuilding. Like, I need everybody to understand this, right? I need everybody to get this in their heads. This Bulls team is not tanking. They're not prioritizing drafting position, and they're not going full. They just rebuilt the. Do y'all realize that from 2 years ago to now, 90% of the roster is different? 90% of the roster. Let's just look at like. What do y'all be asking for? And it's way too late in the season to tank. They ain't catching up when any of the teams below them. The Bulls almost may be locked into the play regardless of how they play this year. Because let's just look at the East. Milwaukee just lost Giannis. They're done. Like, Giannis may, for all intents and purposes, be done. 4 to 6 weeks at this point of the season. By the time Giannis comes back, the Milwaukee Bucks are probably going to win 2 games over that time. The Charlotte Hornets are god-awful terrible. The Brooklyn Nets are trying to tank to maintain their pick. The Indiana Pacers are not getting any better. It's done. Tanking is done. This season, it's done. On top of the front office already telling us tanking ain't going to happen. It's done. It's not happening, y'all. Get over it. And then as far as the roster, like, do y'all, like, what do y'all be talking about with a rebuild? Like, the point of rebuilding is to change your roster, change your play style, change the focus of your team. Do y'all not realize that we've done that? Where's DeMar? Where's Zach LaVine? Where's Alex Caruso? Where's Andre Drummond? Like, them niggas is gone, bro. Josh Giddey wasn't here 2 years ago. Isaac Okoro wasn't here 2 years ago. Modest Buzelis wasn't here 2 years ago. Trey Jones wasn't here 2 years ago. Kevin Huerter wasn't here 2 years ago. Jalen Smith wasn't here 2 years ago. I just named 90% of the roster. It's done. Tanking and rebuilding is done. Now, there are going to be, of course, changes over time, but y'all got to get with the time and get with reality, bro. It's done. Patrick actually defended LeBron well last year. He might be useful tonight. Did he? Hold on. Let me go look at this. Let's take a look at that. So in the 2 games against the Lakers last year, LeBron had 17 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, shot the ball 43% from the field and 50% from three-point range. And then the second game last year, he scored 17 points, 5 rebounds, 12 assists, 2 steals, and shot 40%. I mean, not all those minutes were guarded by P. Will, and unfortunately, I don't have the breakdown of when P. Will guarded him one-on-one, but I don't know if I count that as I guess it's decent. They've already announced Zach Collins will not be back until after the All-Star break. So y'all stop asking about Zach Collins. He's not going to be back till after the All-Star break. So after when you see the All-Star game happening, after that is when you start asking me about Zach Collins again. OKC's point differential is 12.9. Chicago with a 12-point differential is truly elite. Exactly. That's elite. And now, of course, they're not doing it for a full season, but they you can argue that over the last 5 games, the Bulls have been one of the best and most elite teams via the play on the court, which is crazy because it's like we're capable of elite play, we're capable of in the toilet play. Can we just get something consistent? Would you spend a week? Oh, listen, I ain't the TBO. I'm about to put your ass in timeout if you ask something so stupid again, bro. This is why I proofread your comments, because you stop the crack, bro. Stop the crack. They need to give Io $500 Amazon gift card for his good performance. Why do they give you internet? Please, somebody turn TBO's internet off. Somebody just turn his internet access off. We got to stop the bullshit. Turn off his internet access. Jesus. Is Tank y'all favorite? It's the only thing that they understand, bro. It's the only thing that they understand. Shay, I understand Tyrese Halliburton is a huge part of the Pacers offense, but Jesus Christ, I didn't expect him to be this bad. I at least expected a play-in. Here's the thing. And this isn't even a toot my own horn. If you guys watch Locked On NBA, you'll know me and my co-host Matt Moore were going back and forth before the season started because I thought the Pacers would have a way worse record than the Boston Celtics. And Matt Moore thought the Boston Celtics was going to be worse off. And I'm like, I just don't see it happening. But hey, it's where they are. Rebuilding without completely tanking and staying competitive is actually a solid job. They need continuity and not be injury stricken. First of all, I don't know if you know or not, but saying the word continuity around Chicago Bulls fans is going to trigger a lot of people in the comment section, bro. I'm just going to tell you that right now. We're a different team, a completely different team, bro. Completely different team. After the first game against the Lakers, you said, and I quote, P. Will played immaculate defense on LeBron. Photogenic memory. Did I say that? What in March of 2025? I don't believe I said that. Maybe I did. I could have. How would you feel about Zion trade where we give up Coby White? Listen, I've my thoughts on this are very well documented. I'm cool with trading for Zion if you're only giving up expirings, and I think, like, don't get me wrong, is Zion fully healthy a better player than Coby? Absolutely. But can you trust Zion to be healthy? That's just such a big question mark there. Such a huge question mark. The fact that Billy Donovan prioritized Trey Jones over Io says everything you need to know. Where are you getting that Trey Jones is prioritized over Io? Tell me where Trey Jones is prioritized over Io. I really want to know where we're getting Trey Jones is prioritized over Io. They both play 26 minutes per game. If I'm not mistaken, Io gets more shots than Trey Jones per game, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Io gets about 3 more shots per game than Trey Jones. Where are we getting that Trey Jones is prioritized over Io DeSumo? Because he started when Coby White was out, that doesn't mean you're prioritized over. Starting or not doesn't mean prioritization. It's how you're used. As a Bulls fan, you're not a fan of the amount. Trey Jones is one of our best players. What's your aim there? Your whole logic doesn't make any sense. It'd be different if you were saying P. Will, but Trey Jones, you're mad that Trey Jones is playing minutes for a team where we're a better team when he's on the court? I don't understand where you're getting at with that one, buddy. I hate to burst everyone's bubble, but remember, AK said that he's looking to make big moves in free agency 2026. And I say that's not what he said either. Shay, you be saying shit and then be quoting shit wrong. Nigga, like, Shay, Oh my God, bro. Loud and wrong, bro. Loud and wrong. He said ask for patience until the summer of 2026. That doesn't mean big moves. That means that it could be something that he does leading into. He just said patience is. Never mind. I'm not about to explain English to Shay. If you're saying Trey Jones gets prioritized over Io by stating are coming off the bench first, then you're stupid. Io and Trey play two completely separate roles. Jesus Christ. I didn't say it that harshly. Jeez. I didn't say I disagreed either, though. Modest three-point jumper has been phenomenal. Oh, like the last. Hold on. I want to go and look. Make sure I'm not talking out the side of my neck. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Because if I'm not mistaken, Modest over like the last 15-ish games has been slowly but surely shooting the three ball pretty well. Like I said, if I'm not mistaken, I want to fact check myself first. So over the last 10 games, he's been shooting 41% from three. Over the last 20 games, he's been shooting 39% from three. Yeah, Modest is cooking from three. We're actually 23 and 22, so that's the first thing. And I would go on to say, like, first, at least quote the record right. We're one game above 500. So, again, just a bad take all the way around. Secondly, Trey Jones has one of the highest one. I'm sorry, this is just stupid. Like as a role player, like your whole, like, what do you have? Do you hate light skinned people? Because it got to be something. Did Trey Jones smash your mama? It got to be something other than basketball, because your basketball things don't make any sense. Everything you're saying basketball wise makes no sense. You just said that we were prioritizing him over Io. That was wrong. You just say what your real beef is about Trey. Did you catch him clapping your girl's cheeks? Was he raw dogging her? Did he knock out her UID? What happened? What happened? Was she pregnant when she was smashing Trey? And he was finger fucking your kid's forehead? Like, what happened? I need to know what happened to cause you to hate Trey so much. Because of all the players that hate on this team, hating on Trey does not make any sense at all. Dalen Terry should be getting more minutes. Okay, I'm sorry. I can't do trolls no more. I'm putting his ass in timeout. I'm sorry. I can't. I don't have the patience right now for dumbassery. I just don't. Like, we're not at the point right now where it makes sense for people to be this stupid. Like, being stupid in public is crazy. That's a choice. That's a choice. You are in the privacy of your own home, probably typing on your mama's computer, and you're choosing to be stupid in front of people. Did y'all parents not teach y'all how to act with company? Because that's crazy. To get on goddamn John Travolta's internet and to be looking stupid is crazy. That's wild, bro. This man said that. That's crazy, bro. I have no idea, man. That's good. I feel like that whole rant was racist. Somehow it was racist, and I'm sticking to that. That was a racist rant. That was crazy. That didn't even make any sense. I laugh my ass. What does that man smoke? Dick. That's what he's smoking. Penis. Foreskin. You know what? He's not even smoking dick. He's just smoking the foreskin. That's just it. He's smoking foreskins, bro. That's what happens when you smoke foreskin. That motherfucker thought he was getting stem cells, and nigga. That would have got me canceled. I'm glad I stopped myself. Yeah, let's move on. We winning games because of our point guard, shooting guard quality. We got the best starting backup combo in the East. Might be the whole league. Starting backup combo. I have to go and look at that. I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying off the top of my head, that sounds wild to say. Oh, the Cavs, when healthy, got a great guard rotation. The Boston Celtics guard rotation isn't great right now. The Detroit Pistons but it's mainly because of Cade. You might be on to something. Like I said, that's why I didn't want to say you were wrong. It just initially sounded crazy to read that, but that's crazy. Not the foreskins. Hey, listen, I'm telling you, motherfuckers out here smoking foreskin, bro. It's crazy. That's wild. They're not potato skins. You can't use them that way. Missy and Zion were clamping Zion and Castle in the end of the game last night. That's we're clamping Zion and Castle. You meant Wemby and Castle? Is that what you meant there? Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, technically, our backcourt has never been healthy this season either, right? Technically, I get what you're getting at. I'm not saying this is wrong, but I'm just saying technically our backcourt has never been healthy either. That's our strength. Just rebuild the front court. They got the money. Let's see. We'll see what they do. We shall see what they do, man. But all right, y'all, man. He said, "Dan, what's his bro?" I told y'all, like, he had to catch Trey. Ooh, I can't talk. Catch Trey clapping his girl's or his mama's cheeks. You can only hate that. You can only have that type of beef if you catch somebody clapping your mama or your woman. Like, that's the only thing that you can have that type of hate for. I'm just telling you. I'm telling you. That's the only thing. That's hate. Wouldn't hate keeping most of the guys. I do think we should move off of Coby if we can get a good return. Also, how would you feel about keeping Vooch and signing to less? Listen, to me, here's the thing. If the Bulls draft a center and it's like, damn, they got their center of the future, you have to do that first before you re-sign Vooch. You have to. Do you know this fan base would absolutely riot if the Bulls do nothing to acquire a new center and it's like, we re-sign Nikola Vucevic. You could re-sign Nikola Vucevic for negative money, and Bulls fans would still lose their shit. They could be like, hey, yeah, we re-signed Nikola Vucevic. He's actually paying us to stay here, and Bulls fans will still riot. Absolutely. When people say they need to rebuild, we have overhauled the roster. We have a young core yet are still competitive. And we're only lacking a couple of bits and pieces to have a complete team. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. The Bulls swept the Lakers last year. They definitely can compete with the Lakers. Yeah. I mean, it did take a last-second game-winning crazy three from Josh Giddey to get that done. But I mean, you're not wrong. You're factual in what you're stating. Absolutely, 100% factual. So I can't hate on that. Let's see if they got the starting lineup out. I don't think they do yet, but let's see. Yeah, they haven't announced the starting lineup yet. Agree 100%. Bucks might tank the rest of the year. Miles and Portis might go for expiring contracts. They can rebuild the roster next year. Very well could, and they probably should. They probably should. And here's the thing, though. I don't even think that they should let because like the Milwaukee Bucks aren't going to win a lot of games without Giannis. I mean, that's just proven. Like, let's say you keep Miles Turner, right? Let's say you draft a point guard in the top 5 for the Milwaukee Bucks. You have Ryan Rollins, a really good point guard. Giannis, Miles Turner. You know, I think that you've done a pretty. You could probably in the East, you could probably make a lot of noise with that if you get the right guy, depending on how NBA ready they are. So, we'll see what happens. I covered it over on NBA Central today. For those that don't know, I do have a general NBA channel. It's called NBA Central, which I'm going to be changing the name soon. I just want, because NBA Centel is a thing, I want something that's more kind of not only catchy but unique. So I'm going to eventually, believe me, I'm taking suggestions for a general NBA channel too, for a name of it. But that channel's been popping lately. We've been gaining a lot of subs. I'm posting way more consistently there. I'm posting about 5 times a week over there. So if you want your general NBA news, go over there. I did have a video today covering the rumor that the Milwaukee Bucks want Giannis to embrace 1 year of tanking, and then they feel like that is the best path forward for them. And I do agree with that. So, we'll see. We'll see. The Bucks owe their pick to the Hawks. Do they this year? Let's see. because the Hawks don't even have a pick this year. I'm not saying that you're wrong. I just like to fact check. That's all. I do it to everybody. It's not me saying, hey, you're a dumbass. If I think you're a dumbass, I'll say it. But I don't want nobody to get offended like, damn, Haize ain't take my word for it. I don't take my own word for it. You just saw me a little while ago say, let me make sure I'm not talking out the side of my neck. So that's not just a you guys thing. I just be trying to make sure shit is on the up and up. No, they actually do have their own pick this year. Least favorable of Milwaukee and New Orleans Pelicans, then other to Atlanta via swap. Oh, yeah. See, no, the Milwaukee Bucks are going to keep their own pick because it's highly likely the New Orleans Pelicans pick is going to be more favorable. That's going to go to Atlanta. So Milwaukee has and look, I'll say this. If Milwaukee's pick is worse than the Pelicans, then the Milwaukee Bucks will get the Pelicans pick, and they'll have that. So, no, they actually have their own pick. It's 2027 that it outwardly goes out to Atlanta. So, again, I just wanted to fact check on that. No, I didn't mean no offense by it. This is a swap with the Pelicans pick, exactly. No, you think you the voice of Chicago. Ain't no one really from the Shy listening. Wiz better than y'all. But what are you talking about? You don't even make any fucking sense. First of all, I am Chicago. So that's the first and foremost thing. Go to Chicago and tell somebody I'm not Chicago. So that's the first thing. Secondly, the Wizards are better than the Bulls. You too busy smoking dick. Like, you smoking the same foreskin the other dumbass was smoking. It's bad enough that y'all mama didn't love y'all enough to breastfeed y'all and y'all got underdeveloped brains, but it's bad enough that y'all go outside like, I know you wear a helmet. I know you wear a helmet. Like, it's okay that you wear a helmet. Don't take that out on the world with the fact that you sitting there with a micro penis and red helmet on, wondering why nobody loves you, including your mother. You were embarrassment. It's all right. Sometimes the remedial sperm are the one that makes it to the egg. You are indeed that remedial sperm that made it to the egg, and it's okay. We're glad that you're here in this world, but try to just be a better person. Don't be stupid. Being stupid is a choice. It's a choice to be stupid. That's it. No offense taken. All these swaps and trades are crazy. Oh, that's why I fact check it, bro. Because there's no way that I can remember all of it. Like, that's why I always like to fact check myself and everybody else, because there's so much going on that it's just hard to keep up with all the pick swaps and everything else going on. But all right, y'all. I appreciate y'all, man. I will be back here for the post game show, man. Love you guys. Go Bulls. See red. All that good shit, man. Peace.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.